Alright, so I'm downloading the audio file and recording this morning. I started recording because Christian came up, and sometimes he's a little different. Sometimes he wants me to do things, and I have to stand up and say, I can't do that for you. The other day, he had me watch his stuff for just a couple hours while he went up to the DHS office, and then he didn't come back till the next day. I'm getting ready to download as soon as the thing is done exporting the file to my desktop. I'm learning how to do this stuff. It's not easy, but inch by inch, I guess. So, I guess the manager's name, it sounded like she said either Nikki or Mickey. And she said if my car's here tomorrow, she's going to call the cops. The thing is, I'm a customer here every day. I'm a customer at the Starbucks every day. I'm a customer at the Dennys every day. In the video, she says, what is it? They've been patient with me because they know I'm going through a rough time. The thing is, Sam, who works at the Starbucks here, she suggested that I park over there because it's a different parking lot. Well, when you guys get to listen to the video, I was pointing over there and over there, two other parking lots entirely that I've been staying in, and she was not having it. Those are all different parking lots. They're not all the same one. The ones that she was trying to cite as me staying in this parking lot, it's not. It's not me staying in this parking lot. It's another parking lot entirely. The other thing is, with me being here at night, no overnight parking, but if I'm a fucking customer, then yes, I am allowed to be parked here overnight. Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, they're open 24 hours. I'm courteous, and I try to make sure I go in there after the dinner rush. I try to make sure that my car is moved every day. I try to make sure that I utilize different parking lots, that if I'm over here utilizing Starbucks, that I'm parked over by the Starbucks. If I'm utilizing the Dennys, I try to park over by the Dennys. If I'm at the Starbucks and then I end up going over to the Dennys, well, I don't need to move my car. It's not that far, and the people at Starbucks aren't going to complain. Now, transporting my stuff from the other parking lot all the way over here tomorrow so that I can utilize the internet in Starbucks because the internet at Dennys doesn't friggin' work. My computer seems to think that Dennys is trying to peek in on my personal information, so it won't let me hook up. It seems to think that Dennys Wi-Fi is a hacker for some whatever reason. I don't know. I'm not a computer guy. It might be the settings on my computer, but I don't know how to fix that. I did run into a guy today, not Eli, what is his name? I got it written down, but it's in my notepad. Anyway, there is one older lady at the Starbucks who works there that doesn't particularly like me. And it's easy to tell that when somebody is smiley and happy, no matter what the customer, but then you come up and she's not happy. She's, humdrum. But I let it go, and I let it pass, and I let it slide. The problem is that can lead to a lot of complications for me because somebody just simply doesn't like me. Not anybody I did anything wrong to. Now, the lady here at the Dennys, I suppose I'll let the folks that work there at the night shift know that I'll probably not be coming back into the Dennys because of safety issues. And I'll find out exactly which parking lot in specific, which parking spaces in specific are theirs. That way I don't offend them again. Also, I can stop picking up the stuff in the parking lot that'll go through people's... Well, no, I'm not going to do that. If it can go through people's tire, that includes my tire, so I'm still going to pick it up. My vehicle, my backpack, they all got stuff in them that I picked up off the ground in this here parking lot so they wouldn't go through people's tires. Primarily my own. So it is self-serving, but it is a service nonetheless. If I'm preventing it from going through my tire, I'm also preventing it from going through other people's tires. Now, I haven't been told I can't be a customer at Dennys or that I can't be a customer at Starbucks. I also know that the managers at both places at night are aware that I have panic attacks, and especially with large numbers of people. I have been trying to follow the rules best I can, given the resources that I have, but it's also costing me a lot. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about other people buying my meals. There have been other people there at the Dennys who buy my meals for me. But I don't go in there with the intention of somebody else paying for my meal. I go in there with the intention of buying it myself. It's a surprise when I get up to the counter to pay for it and they're like, oh, somebody else already took care of it. Cool. There's also the fact that I'm homeless. Like, a lot of people recognize my vehicle and they come up to me and they want to buy weed off of me. And I'm like, when in the history of ever have I ever sold weed to anybody? It's never happened. So, what do we do there? The abuse that I've taken and that has been done to other homeless people in front of me in Tillamook is horrible. The fact that I've got other people telling me that they were treated by the services here the same way that I was treated leads me to believe that they're probably telling the truth about the way that these services are treating them. And as a result, I do speak up. The lady who has been disappeared for, well, I first posted about her going missing 2 weeks ago, over 2 weeks ago now. Her car is still parked over there, it still hasn't moved. I hope they don't call the cops on her car because, well, she might be alright, she might just be in jail, and when she gets out, she's gonna need that. She's older, a lot older, and freezing to death ain't a good prospect. The other thing is, I've been going through my videos and trying to find that lady in the videos so that I can... She says her name on the videos. She knows she's being recorded on the videos. And her being one of 4 people that's gone missing in Tillamook since I got here. Between her and Claire Jordan and Brisa and... God, I can't remember that other lady's name. She was hanging out with Farnsworth, but she disappeared too. Matter of fact, her and Brisa, the last time I saw either one of them was with Farnsworth. That's Robert Farnsworth. He's also gotten violent with several people in front of me and attempted to get violent with me. He got the short end of that, but not out of any malice from me. It was at a reaction time. Anyway, every time I come out here, I risk getting in trouble for abandoning my stuff inside of the Starbucks or inside of the Dennys, and I know this. I know that my time is limited and that I have to get something going before I'm pushed into a much smaller area. Let me explain to you, I did have the whole state of Oregon. My vehicle busted down in Hood River, and the cops there and the services there were shit. They all wanted to push me to go to Portland. I was in Portland. In Portland, there's Lots of services you got to wait a very long time for, and you have to be there a long time for. Someone like me will only get victimized in a place like that. I cannot physically defend myself. I cannot mentally defend myself. I am at the mercy of others at all points in time. Their thoughts, feelings, and opinions, their bias, their hatred, their blame. I'm subject to that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'm told, hey, you shouldn't have done this and you shouldn't have done that. Hey, a lot of this stuff isn't stuff I wanted to do. You know, I didn't want people to steal from me. I didn't want people to assault me. I didn't want people to threaten to kill me. I didn't want Farnsworth to pull all of his bullshit, and I didn't want Lewis to pull all of his bullshit. When they're in the same area as me, that's just the way it is. Now in Hood River, and then in the Dalles, same as here in Tillamook, I'll explain to you here in Tillamook, I had the whole town. And then, of course, I'm going to the services. The services are not helping as far as mandated reporters go. They'll just give me the number to somebody else who will give me another number. None of these services are going to do anything without a friend or family member who is actively involved, which I have not had. I've had a few people that wanted to be weekend warriors just so they could claim they did something, but they never spoke up. They never got that shit into court or made any attempt to do so. That's messed up. Now for me, I got other stuff that I needed to do today, and now I'm having to try to fight my anxieties and try to find a place where I can go. A place that's close enough that I can still utilize the services of the internet and the coffee here at Starbucks. Close enough that I can hopefully still be a customer at Dennys, but I don't feel comfortable at Dennys now. So I'm going to find out from Mike what part of the parking lot is theirs, and I'll make sure I don't park there at all. That ought to make him happy. As far as the Starbucks people go, or as far as Mike goes, he's one of the other managers there at Dennys. He did give me permission last night to stay here in the parking lot. I explained to him that I didn't feel comfortable moving it, and the reason for that is mostly because it was all fogged up. But I let him know if I'm going to be staying the night in this parking lot, and I asked for permission first. If absolutely necessary, I would have driven it over to the other lot. It's not that far. It's like 60 feet, no problem. But also, the video that I'm about to download with that lady, she is nice about it. I'll give her that. She was nice about it. But also, yeah, you know, whether I've been here a while or not, I'm a customer here every day. I'm also a customer over at Starbucks. Starbucks opens up at 4 a.m. As far as not being parked here overnight, it's not a problem. And I did get permission last night. And I'll explain to Mike the situation tonight. I believe in being honest with people. She said they've been nice to me, and they have. Thank goodness for another hobo. Wanting to make sure I don't get scurvy. Alright, so also in the video, there's a guy named Christian. The first 9 minutes and 40 seconds of the video is basically because Christian came up to my vehicle asking for a cigarette. And he's a bit different. And also he messes with things I don't choose to mess with. So when he shows up, I make sure I record it. That's another thing with Mike. Mike is okay with me recording. If there's a situation like there was the other night, I explained to Mike that I did record it, and that if they need copies of the recording, he can let me know. And he said he appreciates it. It's a situation similar to the one with Christian. It's somebody who's, he's nice enough, but when he's messed up, and you can tell he's messed up, and it's scary. And so for me, I'm trying to mind my P's and Q's, not piss anybody off, not aggravate anybody. I'm also trying to run around and jump through all these expensive hoops people want me to jump through, while also having to conserve money for myself. Also, there's stuff that people say, oh, well, you need to get this or you need to get that, or it means that you're not taking care of yourself. You got no idea how much money I spent on shit I don't even use. When I was in chapel, I spent $50 to get a bed used that I didn't use. But I only got it because I was told, well, if you don't have a bed, they'll say you're not taking care of yourself, and then they'll fucking lock you up in an institution. I'm like, I don't sleep on a bed. It hurts my back. Imagine what it's like having to sleep in my vehicle. Now, again, I hold no animosity, but at the same time, I am a customer every day. As far as the rules of being here, like, she can't tell me I can't be a customer at Starbucks. She can't tell me that I'm not allowed to park in a Starbucks parking space. And this part right here is a Starbucks parking space, just so you know. The one that I am parked in right now is Starbucks. Now, they do have to share the parking lot with Dennys, but that's the thing, is that they have to share it. Dennys can't say, oh, well, you can't let this person be a customer, you can't let that customer park there, only this customer can, or only that customer can. I get that my vehicle's unsightly. It don't matter. What matters is that it's not legal, and I do explain that to her too. I had to put money into my vehicle for the insurance and money into it for gas. I still got half a tank because I've been real conservative with it. Most of my money has been going to Dennys instead of gas, though. If it's not one, it's the other. I gotta stay warm, don't I? Anyway, she's nice about it. It's a nasty kind of wrongness. I'm not doing anyone any harm here. I'm not trying to harm anybody. I'm not trying to get anyone hurt or injured. I'm trying to do my little part to make the world a better place. Not just for everybody else, but also for me, so I don't have to live like this. Those of you who say it's a choice, no, my disabilities are not a choice. Being stolen from, being victimized, having people take advantage of the mentally ill tag. It's fucked up. You call somebody mentally ill and magically nobody wants to listen to them. Oh, she wasn't raped, she's mentally ill. Oh, he wasn't beaten up for the color of his skin, he's just mentally ill. Oh, they're homeless, they chose it, 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 they chose it. Holy shit. Anyway, I gotta get back to my stuff and hopefully not get kicked out. There was a guy who was wanting to smoke some weed with me. I can't get stoned all the fucking time. Are you kidding me? A lot lot of people ask me to do them favors, but they don't do me any favors because they don't have time. Or they half-ass it just enough to say they tried, when in reality they didn't follow through, and that's costly for me. That's costly in time and any resource that I expended towards believing their bullshit. If you're going to tell me people are threatening your kids because you were arguing with people in a Facebook group, and you're telling me people were threatening to kill your kids after you offered to help me, and then you let me get treated like I'm schizophrenic for saying that the people who offered to help me were having their friends and family and their own lives even threatened, their children's lives threatened. Time and time again, I've recorded and posted up on my YouTube channel many people who were threatened, harassed, and intimidated. I've also posted up a lot of delusional druggies like Zach Richmond, conversation with him. And of course the evidence with his sister about it, what she had to say about the situation and his meth use. And the fact is, I also got his brother talking about the situation. That'd be Dallas. I'm trying my best here. But when my predators are somebody else's family, you know, it sucks because they're not going to take my side. They're going to protect their family, even if their family is wrong. Even if Ted Bollinger is the rapist. Even if Tim Beeson is the child molester and the woman beater. I'm the one who's homeless. I'm the one who's homely. I'm the one who doesn't matter. So I'm going to do my best to find out from the other manager. I don't want to talk to her because I don't think that she'll be honest and forthright, whereas I would hope that Mike would be. I'm going to ask Jaden as well, just in case Mike's not working tonight. I think Jaden might be off. I'm hoping it's Julie tonight. She's pretty sweet. Is it Wednesday? Let's see. No. Oh, come on now. Alright, there we go. Reconnected. Anyway, I gotta head back in. It's good to be ready. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind. Hopefully I'll get that recording with Christian and Nikki posted up today. I hope so. Hopefully it's done exporting to my desktop by the time I get in there. I guess I could probably walk with this to the store with me. And I take my audio recording device with me everywhere I have to. I gotta understand that people are gonna make their judgment based on bias. And their bias is based on pretty here in America. We want pretty things, pretty friends, pretty cars, pretty houses, pretty wives, pretty husbands, pretty children. We want pretty. What about morality?